Hi, my name's Lacey, and I'm from Iowa. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Growing up, my parents had a lot of money, and they would spoil me rotten. When I turned 5, they threw a huge birthday party for me. They even got me a bouncing castle. All the neighborhood kids were invited, and I made lots of friends, including a girl named Angelica. She and I ended up being BFFs. Angelica's parents were rich, too. They became friends with my parents, and they all hung out at an expensive country club, comparing their fancy mansions and fast cars. One day, when I was in the 4th grade, Dad got a phone call. He seemed calm while speaking on the phone, but as soon as he hung up, he started bouncing off the walls.
Oh, I finally got that promotion.
That's great, honey. You'll be making even more money.
Yep, pack your bags, we're moving.
Wait, moving? Why?
My new position requires me to move to a new facility.
But I don't want to move. All my friends are here.
I cried so much that whole week. The thought of leaving Angelica freaked me out. Dad wasn't willing to turn down the promotion, but seeing how upset I was, he decided he'd move alone and send money back to us. Mom didn't like the idea at first, until she realized just how much money Dad was making. In middle school, Angelica and I were the popular ones. We were always the first to have the fancy new clothes, sneakers, smartphones, and gaming consoles. It basically ruled the school. Then one day, a new girl arrived. She was the exact opposite of my friends and me. She wore modest clothes and shoes, and the cell phone she used came out years ago. One day, she sat at the lunch table my friends and I usually occupied, so I sat down beside her.
Hi, my name's Lacey. What's yours?
Before she could say anything, Angelica came up.
What's this loser doing at our table?
It's okay, Angelica. She can sit here.
No way! Some of her poor might rub off on us.
Angelica shoved her way in between us, and the girl left the table with her head hanging.
That was so rude. Why'd you do that?
We have a reputation to uphold. People like her have no place in our group.
I felt bad for the girl. She was always alone. Whenever I tried talking to her, Angelica would stop me. There was another way. She was different from us. She did very well in school, while my friends and I did the bare minimum to pass. We never paid attention in class, and we'd hang out late after school instead of doing homework. One day, I came home with my report card, and Mom saw that I had an F in math.
I'm sorry, Mom. I'll do better, I promise.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Mommy knows exactly what to do.
The next day, Mom spoke to my math teacher, and they had a really long conversation. Mom finally came out looking really proud of herself.
Everything's been taken care of.
I didn't know what she did, but when I checked my grades, I had an A. The following week, Mom gave me an envelope to give to my math teacher.
What's this?
Don't worry about it. Just some boring paperwork.
I thought it was weird, but I just did as she said. Each week for the rest of the school year, I gave my math teacher an envelope, and my grade never dropped. After I graduated 8th grade, Mom and I were planning to go on a cruise for the summer. We were waiting for Dad to send us some money, but whenever Mom checked her account, it was never there. Finally, she went up to her room and called Dad. I couldn't hear the whole conversation, but she sounded mad. After she hung up, I heard her crying.
Mom, what's wrong?
Your father wants a divorce. He met another woman, and he won't be sending us any more money.
Needless to say, Mom and I couldn't afford to go on our cruise and shopping for school clothes. That summer was so embarrassing. We couldn't get any of the popular brands. Worst of all, I had to keep using the same smartphone instead of upgrading like everyone else. My first day of high school was humiliating. Everyone was parading their brand new wardrobe and accessories. Except for me, of course. Then I saw Angelica and the rest of my group and walked over to them.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Lacey. What are you wearing? I don't recognize that brand.
Oh, it's...
And is that the same phone you had last year?
Well, yeah.
What are you poor or something? Now,
We have had some problems lately, but this stuff doesn't matter, right? I mean, it's just clothes and a smartphone.
sorry, Lacey. Like I told you before, we have a reputation to uphold.
I thought she must be joking. There was no way she would drop me just because I didn't have the fanciest clothes or phone. But every time I tried hanging out with her, she and the rest of the group just shunned me. I also found out Mom couldn't afford to pay for her country club membership, so she lost all her friends too. For weeks, I was all alone in school, and even though I no longer had friends to procrastinate with, I still didn't do well in class, especially math. I knew I would fail without Mom's help. She had recently gotten a job at a clothing shop at the mall. I could tell she hated working, but it paid the bills.
Mom, can you give my new math teacher the paperwork he gave my old teacher?
Oh, sweetheart, that wasn't paperwork. I was paying your teacher to give you better grades.
My mom had been bribing my math teacher. I couldn't believe it. Well, actually I could, but how was I supposed to pass now? A few days later at lunch, a girl came and sat next to me.
Hi, Lacey. Hey, I remember you. I don't think I ever got your name, though. Yeah, your friend Angelica cut me off. I'm Katie. Nice to properly meet you, Katie. And don't worry, Angelica is definitely not my friend anymore.
Katie turned out to be really cool, and we became best friends. She was such a great influence on me. Instead of letting me goof off after school, she helped me with my homework. I started getting better grades and I felt really proud of myself. Katie dreamt of becoming a seamstress, and she made most of the clothes she wore. One day, she tried teaching me how to sew a shirt, and it turned out perfect as long as the person wearing it had a really small head. So I wasn't good at sewing, but I was great at drawing. No offense to her, but Katie's designs were pretty basic. I, however, had a knack for designing outfits, and Katie could bring them to life. We were a great team. Unfortunately, my mom didn't like Katie as much as I did.
Why do you hang out with her?
Katie? What do you mean? She's really nice.
I'm sure she is. But what happened to Angelica and your other friends? Wouldn't you say they were more classy?
They were fake. They don't talk to me now because I don't have branded stuff anymore.
The next day, I came home from school, and Mom had a surprise for me. Brand new designer clothes. She was also wearing a new necklace and really nice perfume.
Wow, Mom. Thanks. Wait, how could you afford all of this?
Let's just say I got an employee discount.
I felt like a supermodel going to school the next day. Everyone's eyes were on me, just like how they used to be.
Hey, Lacey, I love your new outfit. Thanks.
Well, well, well. Look who finally decided to stop getting clothes from the bargain bin.
Huh? What do you mean?
I mean, you finally look good again. Look at those shoes. Keep this up and you might earn a place back in the group.
Before I could respond, she walked away. To be honest, I was surprised. Angelica spoke to me and it kind of made me feel good.
Is that why you're all dressed up? You want to be part of Angelica's group again? What? No, these clothes were just a gift from my mom. That's all.
All day people were complimenting me and ignoring her. I felt so bad. Mom kept buying me expensive clothes and getting jewelry and makeup for herself. I loved my new wardrobe, but I always wondered how she could afford it all. The employee discount couldn't be that much. One day, while Katie was hanging out with me at my house, I heard a knock on the front door.
Angelica, what are you doing here?
I invited her. Welcome, Angelica. It's been such a long time since you visited.
I absolutely adore your necklace and earrings.
I was speechless. I couldn't believe Mom would invite Angelica over after I told her we weren't friends anymore. Just then, Katie came out of the bathroom.
What's that poor beggar girl doing here?
Don't mind her. She was just leaving.
Tears swelled in Katie's eyes, and she ran out of the house. I ran after her. I tried catching up to her, but she was surprisingly fast. When I went back inside, Mom and Angela were just chatting it up, as if my best friend didn't just run out of the house crying. I was furious.
Get out of my house. You aren't welcome here anymore.
What is your problem? You're acting like an animal. I guess that's what happens when you hang around with second-class citizens like Katie.
What's gotten into you?
I told you, Angelica and I aren't friends anymore. Why would you invite her?
Listen, Lacey, do you want to be popular and have friends with lots of money like Angelica? Or do you want to be a poor nobody like Katie?
Katie isn't a poor nobody. She's my best friend, and you can't stop me from hanging out with her.
That night, I texted Katie over and over, begging for her forgiveness. She finally texted back and said I could make it up to her with a trip to the mall. The next day, I showed up to the mall wearing plain clothes and old sneakers.
Why aren't you wearing your new clothes? Who cares what I wear? Let's just have fun.
We had a great time, taking pictures, window shopping, and eating at the food court. As we were about to leave, we walked past the clothing store Mom worked at.
Come on, Katie. Mom owes you an apology. No, that's okay. It's not okay. Let's go.
I pulled Katie into the empty shop, and we looked around for Mom. But when we couldn't find her anywhere, I asked one of the employees, and she said no one by Mom's name had ever worked here. When we got back to my place, I heard some sounds from Mom's room, and we quietly crept up to find Mom frantically stuffing jewelry, perfumes, and clothes. Clothes in a trash bag.
What are you doing? Mom?
Oh my god. When did you two come in?
We stopped by your workplace today, the clothing store. And it turns out you don't work there, and you never have. So how have you been getting all this stuff?
Okay, I was ashamed to admit it. but the only job I could find was as a hotel maid. And these things, well, I just borrowed them from some really wealthy people staying there. I'm sure they haven't even noticed.
Is borrowing another word for stealing, like paperwork was for bribes? Mom, are you crazy?
No, I'm not. It's not fair that I've lost everything and everyone. No one respects you unless you look the part. High-class friends and connections are important. Trust me, Lacey, I'm doing this for both of us. But you have to help me hide this stuff right now because the hotel owners are having all their employees searched.
Mom, stop. You don't need friends who care more about how you look than what you might be going through. You got divorced and you have money problems. And none of your friends even asked you once if you're okay, did they? And do you think they'll get you out of jail when you're caught for theft?
Mom was speechless, then started to cry.
I'm really scared, Lacey. I've messed up big time. What do I do?
Katie and I helped Mom hide the stuff, and when some officers did turn up, they couldn't find anything.
Thank you for helping us today. I can see you're a really good friend to Lacey, and I'm sorry for how I treated you.
It's okay, but please don't steal again. It would make things a lot harder for Lacey if her mom's in jail. She's trying really hard to adjust to he.
Katie's words seemed to have struck a chord with Mom, because after that, she complained a lot less and worked a lot harder. She even started volunteering at a soup kitchen on weekends, and I could tell she was really changing for the better. After we graduated high school, Katie and I decided to start our own clothing business. We made stylish clothes at a low price. Eventually, my mom started working with us too, and we started doing quite well. I never had as much money as I did when I was younger, but I had something much better. A loving mom and a best friend.
Sally walked through the door in the back alley straight into the crazy restaurant kitchen. She spotted her mom stirring 3 pots while the head chef screamed at everyone.
Faster! Faster!
Sally walked up to her mom and tugged at her apron.
Mom, I need to ask you something. Right now? Yes, right now. What is it then? Spit it out.
Mom, where's my daddy? Suddenly, the bowl her mother was holding crashed to the floor.
Oh my God, you stupid woman! You're fired! Get out!
A minute later, Sally and her mother found themselves out on the street. Mom, I'm really sorry.
You wanted to know about your dad, huh?
Yeah, we had to make a family tree in school.
Well, he's not your family. He's a good-for-nothing loser who left us. I'm your mom and your dad. And look, just mentioning him made me lose my job. He's bad luck. Not a word about him ever again.
As they walked back home in silence, Sally wondered who her dad was and why he'd left. What she didn't know was that her mom wasn't telling the truth. Her dad didn't even know she existed. One day in the 10th grade, Sally was waitressing at a restaurant when suddenly a woman started to choke on something. Sally rushed to her and performed the Heimlich maneuver till she coughed out a piece of chicken.
Oh my God, you saved my life!
As all the customers applauded, the woman took Sally's hand and dragged her outside.
I don't know how to thank you, but let me try.
She took off a large diamond ring on her finger and pushed it in Sally's palm. Sally tried to refuse, but she wouldn't hear a word and just left. When Sally and her mom had the ring valued, it turned out to be worth a whopping $1.2 million. This could change their lives. They sold the ring, and with the money, they decided to move to a better house. One night, Sally's mom slipped into the attic and took an old letter out of the box. She went downstairs and threw it in the fireplace. She didn't want Sally to ever read it. The letter said, "I'm so sorry that you had a miscarriage and you had to go through it alone. I know you hate me, but please let me help you. I really do love you, and I always will. Charles." But what she didn't know was that a few days ago, Sally had been looking for something in the attic, and she'd already found the letter, and it kept haunting her. Sally looked for anything she could find on her dad and found out he was a wealthy businessman. She'd never be at peace till she met him just once. So one night she packed her bags, took some of the ring money, and left home. She took a train to the city where her dad lived. Now all she had to do was find a way to get close to him. The next morning at breakfast, Sally spat out her coffee when she saw an ad in the newspaper for a nanny by her dad's family. 24/7 nanny needed for an 8-year-old girl. PS only apply if you have a sophisticated British accent. Wow, that's perfect, Sally thought to herself. I can fake that! When Sally went for the interview, her jaw dropped at the size of the mansion, and there was a long line of nannies at the front door. As she joined the line, a little girl peeked out from behind a tree, looking angrily at the nannies. Just then, she spotted Sally and their eyes met. Sally started walking over to her. That must be her half-sister.
What are you doing, sweetheart?
I'm Cynthia. I'm running away. What does it look like?
Oh, I see. But why?
'Cause my mom's getting me an old cranky nanny again.
Well, what if I was your nanny?
You don't look old or cranky.
I'm not, darling. I'm full of nonsense and fun.
Please be my nanny. You sound freaking funny.
Meanwhile, what was happening in the mansion was crazy. Cynthia's mom couldn't find her anywhere and was certain someone had kidnapped her. She'd gone down to the police station, and when she got back with some officers, she found Cynthia and Sally.
Officers, arrest her! You get away from my daughter.
No, Mommy, she's my new nanny.
What, you don't get to decide that, Cynthia. We have no idea what kind of person this girl is, and she looks too poor.
Mom, you always choose my nannies, and they're awful. It's either her or no one.
Cynthia's mom had no choice, so she hired Sally and asked her to move in. Sally was so excited that she'd finally meet her dad, but the poor thing had no clue that she had so much trouble ahead of her. When Sally left for her room, Bella, Cynthia's sister, showed up.
Oh, you're back. I was hoping this time you were gone for good, brah.
Oh yeah, I'm back, witch. And guess what? I picked my own nanny. Wait till you see her. She's so much prettier than you. I can't wait for your boyfriend to meet her. Maybe he'll finally dump you.
Watch your mouth, you little monster!
And with that, Bella pulled Cynthia's hair and they both started screaming. Sally heard them and came running to save Cynthia.
Hey, leave that kid alone or I'm calling the police.
What? Do you have any idea who you're talking to?
Well, I don't care who you are, and you don't have any right to hurt a kid like that.
Oh, I have the right to hurt anyone I like. Like now, for example.
And with that, Bella attacked Sally, and they both started wrestling on the floor. Cynthia started screaming and ran off to call her parents. Just then, a man barged in and pulled them apart.
Who are you, and why are you hurting my daughter?
Sally looked stunned when she saw her dad for the first time, and she couldn't say a word.
Daddy, this is my nanny, the nicest person on earth. Bella is just evil.
Sally's dad looked straight into her eyes, and for a moment she almost thought he knew who she was. But then, he just turned to Bella and said,
To your room, now.
As Bella was leaving, she turned to Sally.
I swear I'm gonna make you regret the day you entered this house.
She stormed out of the room, and suddenly, Sally's dad turned to her.
Listen, don't ever touch my kids again. Is that clear? Don't forget your place if you want to stay here.
And with that, he turned around and left. That night, when Sally was in bed, she suddenly heard someone opening her door. She leapt out and grabbed her special broomstick, ready to attack. But suddenly, the door barged open. She let out a scream and hit the boy with the broom, knocking him out. She started slapping his face to wake him up. When he opened his eyes, Sally saw that they were the most gorgeous hazel color. They stared at each other for a few seconds, then quickly jumped to their feet.
That was quite a greeting. You could have just said hello.
You could have just knocked.
I thought this room was empty. Who are you?
What? Who are you?
I asked first, who are you?
Hiya, I'm Sally, Cynthia's nanny. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Bella's boyfriend, Alan. Or at least I was. I think we just broke up for the 20th time.
With that, he climbed out the window.
It was nice to meet you, Sally. Also, the accent is kinda hot.
And then he left. As Alan drove off on his motorbike, he couldn't stop thinking about Sally's eyes. The next day, Sally was determined to tell her dad the truth. She waited for him in the living room, but Cynthia told her that he'd left for a business trip. Sally decided to wait for him, but she had no idea how long she'd have to. One night, Ellen crept up the wall to Sally's window and knocked gently. When she pulled back the curtains and saw him, she looked more annoyed than surprised.
If you've come back to make up with Bella, why aren't you using her window?
I'm not here for her. I'm here for you. Come with me. I want to show you something.
But what about Bella?
We broke up, remember? It's for good this time. Now come.
Sally felt hesitant, but she looked into his warm eyes and just couldn't say no. As the two climbed down and sneaked off across the gardens, they had no clue they were being watched by Bella. Bella ran across the house and burst into her mother's room.
Mom, wake up! Do you have any idea what's happening under your roof? You should have never hired that nanny.
When Bella told her mother what she'd seen, she was angry.
Poor girls like her just want to dig their claws into someone rich, and these men are idiots. But Bella, you cannot let Alan get away.
I'm trying, Mom!
Oh, poor baby. I know you are. Don't worry. Mummy will help you get rid of this nanny tonight.
A few hours later, when Sally climbed back through the window, she nearly fell back in shock to to find Cynthia, Mom, and Bella sitting on her bed.
Well, hello, Sally. Where were you? Meeting up with your criminal friends?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
That's when Cynthia's mother walked up to her, holding a diamond necklace she'd never seen.
I found this in your drawer. To think I ever let a thief like you into my house?
What?
I've packed your bags already, so just get out before I change my mind and call the police.
Sally was horrified, but she knew she had to leave now. She picked up her bags and ran out of the house in tears. While Bella and her mom were cackling upstairs, Cynthia had woken up to the noises. She peeked out of her room to see Sally running out the front door. Cynthia burst into tears and ran after her.
Sally! Sally, wait! Please don't go!
Sally didn't look back even once and got into the cab. At the gate, Cynthia kept running after till the car was out of sight. But when she turned to go back, she didn't realize she'd taken the wrong route. Back at the mansion, Cynthia's mother had found out she was gone. She screamed and woke up all the servants to go out and search for Cynthia. Cynthia's mother called up Sally immediately.
Of course she's not with me, ma'am. I don't know where she is.
Sally, you have to come back right now and help me find my baby. I know, if anyone can find Cynthia, it's you. Please, I'm begging you.
Sally immediately asked the cab driver to take her back to the mansion. When she was close, she suddenly shouted,
Wait! Stop right here!
She jumped out of the cab and picked up a teddy bear from the road. It was Cynthia's. Cynthia had realized by now that she was completely lost. Suddenly, she looked up to see Sally and ran straight into her arms. Cynthia's mother ran out crying when she saw the two walking in through the gate and hugged her tight.
Mom, is Sally going somewhere? If she leaves, I'm going to run away again.
Cynthia's mother grit her teeth. Her plan had failed, but she had no choice. Bella was absolutely furious. As Sally walked back into her room, Bella suddenly grabbed her wrist and whispered,
Listen to me, witch. You're only back here because you seem to be very lucky. But don't you dare go near my boyfriend ever again!
With no clue of what had happened the night before, Alan reluctantly went to the mansion the next morning. Bella's mother had called him in. When he walked into the living room, he found Bella and her mother there.
Before you say anything, Mrs. Charles, please hear me out. I can't do this anymore. I don't love your daughter. And...
Suddenly, Bella's mom flung over a small table, angrily smashing a vase to pieces.
You stupid boy. What's the love got to do with anything? This marriage is really important to both our families, and I don't think your parents will be thrilled to know you've been going out with the help.
I don't know what you're...
Stay away from the nanny, Alan. She really needs this job, and I'll make her life miserable if I see you near her. Now you two grow up. No more breakups and nonsense.
When Sally went downstairs, she almost fell back in shock to see Bella sitting in Alan's lap. She felt so foolish for believing his lies.
We broke your heart!
Sally started to walk away, but Alan pushed Bella aside and went after Sally, gently grabbing her wrist.
Alan, what is wrong with you? What do you think I am? Some toy for you to play with? I don't want you coming near me again.
Sally, you need to listen to me!
No, she doesn't, you jerk.
And with that, Bella attacked him. Sally tried to pull her away, and then Bella attacked her.
What is going on here?
Sally turned around in horror to see her dad, and he looked really mad.
Sir, this was my fault, not hers.
Oh, is that? You will be marrying my daughter next week. I'll talk to your father tonight. Sally, leave my house now.
Sally decided she couldn't hold it any longer.
I've been waiting for you, Mr. Charles, because there's something I need to.
I don't want to hear another word. Leave. Please leave my house.
No, you need to listen to me. I'm your...
Hi, I'm Elsa from California. Please like and subscribe. I was born to one of the most beautiful women in the world. Yeah, everyone thinks about their moms. But in my case, it was actually true. Everyone said so, and I was just like her. Dad adored us both, and we lived in a beautiful house. Life was good, almost perfect. But when I was 14, everything changed. One day, I slipped on something on the pavement outside and fell to the ground. And when I woke up, I discovered that I had small scars all over my face, and the doctors said they may never go away completely. I was in shock for a few days. Once the scars were healed, Mom took me to the mall to buy makeup. But just putting on some concealer wasn't helping much. You could still see them. The next few days, I spent hours watching YouTube makeup tutorials. I studied the way makeup artists transform their faces with layers of makeup. And once I'd applied it on myself, my parents were stunned.
Elsa, I hardly recognize you. But honey, the stuff will rub off when you play outside.
True. So, I guess I won't be doing that anymore. A week later, my parents sat me down for a talk.
Elsa, we have some difficult news. Our company is not doing well and we'll have to sell the house while we're taking care of all this. We think it's best that you go to my sister in Seattle for a while.
Honestly, it was a lot to take in, but a part of me was relieved. I'd never met my aunt or been to Seattle, but it meant a fresh start where no one knew what I looked like before. 2 days later, I flew to Seattle, and a driver picked me up at the airport. Aunt's house was basically a mansion. I knew Aunt owned a skincare company, but I had no idea she was so rich. A maid led me to my room, and as I was unpacking, I suddenly jumped when I saw someone's reflection in the mirror. It was a really strange woman with an odd nose and an unpleasant expression. Hi, can I help you? Help me? How would you help me when you've come to live on my charity? Wait, this woman was my aunt? She looked nothing like Mom. Oh, I'm sorry, Aunt. I've just never seen any pictures of you. Of course. Why would your vain mother keep pictures of me? All she ever cared about was herself and her looks. Judging by all the makeup on your face, I guess that's what she taught you too. Not exactly. Since I'll be living with you, you might as well know. I took a wet tissue and cleaned the makeup off my face. Aunt stared at me, and then she started laughing. Oh, ha ha ha! This must bother your mother so much. She couldn't even stand it if she had a tiny pimple. She was obsessed with perfection. Well, she's not like that now. Huh, really? I'm guessing it was her idea to get you all this makeup? Trust me, I know your mother better than you do. With that, she just turned and left. Well, yeah, Mom had bought me the makeup, but it was what I wanted too. Aunt was just weird. And over the next few days, I realized she was really weird. She'd ask me to do the oddest tasks. I only eat the blue candies, so pick them out and throw the rest away. Get me 6 blueberry muffins from the bakery, and then pick out all the blueberries. I'm allergic. You have to read me 22 pages every night before I go to sleep. I tried doing whatever she asked, but then one night, she woke me up by calling me. I need 3 apples from the tree down the road. You need them now? It's 3 a.m. I'm not going, Aunt. And I hung up. But moments later, she appeared in my bedroom. If I were you, I'd do what you're told, Elsa. I've been doing that, but I think you're just enjoying torturing me. You and your parents owe me. They're nearly bankrupt, and I've been sending them money and also offered to send you to school. So I want those apples now. I climbed out of bed and went out. I didn't realize my parents were in so much trouble, and I didn't want to add to their stress. I got some relief from her when I started school. I was looking for my class the first day when a boy approached me.
Are you new here? You look lost.
Yeah, I'm extremely lost. His name was Kristoff, and he was really nice. He showed me the way to my class, and as we parted, he said,
Hope I get to see you around later.
Maybe Seattle would be bearable after all. As I was looking for an empty seat, a gorgeous girl waved at me.
You come and sit right here, new girl. I'm Tracy, and honestly, I'm the only person worth knowing in this class. Everyone else is boring. By the way, I just love your makeup.
Wow, this Tracy was definitely full of herself, but she was kind of fun, and soon we started hanging out every day. A few weeks later, she proposed a sleepover, but it had to be at my house. Sure, but be warned, my aunt is weird. The night started off pretty fun, but then Tracy turned to me and said,
I want to know how you do your makeup. Here, use this to take it off and show it to me from the start.
Before I could reply, I heard Aunt yelling, Elsa, I can't find my underwear. Help me find it. When I got to her room, I found her sitting on the bed. Don't show that girl your face without makeup. Ever. Why not? And wait, how did you know what we were talking about? Not important. Now listen to me. I own a skincare company, and I promise everyone perfect, flawless skin. I can't have customers knowing that my own niece is, well, not perfect. It will be bad for my brand. So I'm just supposed to hide my face from my friend? Please don't make me remind you about everything I'm doing for you and your parents. Yeah, I won't tell anyone. I went back and told Tracy I was tired and wanted to sleep.
You're not going to take your makeup off first?
Nope, it'll last me another day. Luckily, Tracy didn't push it, and I was glad to have her as a friend. But the best part about school was Kristoff. One time, he caught me looking at the track team's flyer.
Do you like to run?
I think it's something I could like.
I love running. Race you to the gym.
You're on! Suddenly, he sprinted, and I followed, but he was too fast. When I finally caught up with him, he was leaning against the water cooler.
Amateur!
I didn't say I was a superstar.
But you had fun, didn't you?
Before I could say yes, I wiped sweat off my forehead and saw my makeup start to run. Oh, no, I gotta go! I ran like crazy and only stopped when I reached the bathroom. I was able to fix my makeup just in time. But when I was leaving for home that day, Kristoff caught up with me.
Hey, why'd you run off like that before?
Before I could reply, a car honked loudly, and it was my aunt calling out to me. Why are you here? I can't pick up my favorite niece now. And who's that boy? Just a friend. You're obviously lying. You like him. Well, don't tell him about your real face if you want him to like you back. Maybe not everyone's as shallow as you, Aunt. Oh, yes, they are. Trust me, I know. I got mocked for my appearance all the time. I couldn't change other things, but I could change my skin. And I really did with my creams. But unfortunately, you only have makeup, and that rubs off. She made me so mad. But what if she was right? Maybe Kristoff wouldn't like me if he knew the truth. But something totally unexpected happened the next day. Tracy had bought some new foundation, and she kept insisting at lunch that I try it. I told you, I don't want to take my makeup off right now.
Can you drop it? Why are you like this? It's weird that you never take off your makeup in front of anyone. It's almost pathetic.
Suddenly I felt mad. I'm pathetic? What about you? Is there anything even real about you?
I'm more real than you are.
Really? Are your eyelashes real? And what about your nose job? Is this even real? I tugged on her hair just for effect, but suddenly half of it ended up in my hands. Oh God! I had no idea Tracy wore hair extensions.
You knew, didn't you? Yeah, I'm insecure about my hair. You're insecure about your skin. But I'd never take your makeup off like that.
How would I know? I'm sorry. But it was too late. Everyone had seen me. They all thought I was a bully now and had exposed Tracy's secret on purpose. I tried to apologize, but Tracy completely ignored me. No one else was talking to me either. And even worse, Kristoff was being cold to me. Hey, it seems like you've been avoiding me.
Well, yeah, I have. That was a really messed up thing you did to Tracy.
I promise I didn't know.
I'm not sure I believe that. How could you not know? She's your best friend. You're just not who I thought you were.
That hurt me more than anything else. I felt super lonely, so I just started having my lunch in an empty classroom while watching Avatar videos on YouTube. It was the only thing that made me feel better. A few days later, I saw Kristoff going into the gym, and I decided I'd tell him everything so that he could get to know the real me. He hadn't seen me yet, and just then, he started rolling up his pants. He had scars all over his legs. Suddenly, he realized I was right behind him.
Elsa, you weren't supposed to see that. Please don't tell anyone. It happened in an accident and no one knows.
Kristoff, I would never tell anyone. I wouldn't even have done that to Tracy if I'd known the truth about her hair.
I want to believe you, but I don't think you understand what being insecure about something feels like. You look so perfect all the time.
And then I wiped off my makeup to show him my real face.
Oh, Elsa, I had no idea. You're beautiful. Thank you for showing me.
He pulled me into a tight hug, and for the first time since my accident, I felt seen and accepted. Accepted as me. The next day at school, I came with my makeup as usual. But Kristoff showed up in shorts, exposing his legs for the world to see. What was he doing?
Elsa, I wanted to thank you. When you showed me your scars yesterday, I just became less afraid to show mine. I don't want to hide them anymore.
I don't know what to say, especially because I haven't been so open about my own scars.
Maybe you can take your makeup off now. We can take this step together.
I wish I could, but I can't let anyone see me without makeup. I told him how my witch aunt had instructed me to never take off my makeup in public, or she'd stop helping my family.
We can keep it a secret as long as you reapply it before you go home. She won't know, right?
At first, most of the kids at school didn't even recognize me without makeup. When they realized who it was, they were stunned. But I was surprised by how many people told me I was brave. Tracy looked shocked when I walked up to her. Here's my secret. Will you believe me now? That I would never have let yours out on purpose?
Yeah, I suppose you wouldn't.
I thought things were finally back to normal. But the next day, I was about to go home when someone told me to check Tracy's Facebook page. She'd posted a picture of me without makeup in a caption that said, "I guess Miss Perfect isn't perfect after all." Wow, so she hadn't forgiven me after all. I was gonna kick her butt the next day. But when I got home, Aunt was waiting for me, looking like a tiny dragon.
You want to explain this picture to me?
Not really. You were wrong about everyone, Aunt. No one judges me for my scars. In fact, they think I'm awesome for not hiding them. And Kristoff thinks I'm beautiful just the way I am.
They're lying. They're laughing behind your back. And you messed up big time by not listening to me. I'm gonna withdraw you from that school and stop sending money to your parents.
Excuse me, what's this about you sending us money?
Aunt and I turned around in shock to see Mom behind us.
Elsa, has she been treating you badly? Why didn't you tell me?
When I told her everything, Mom was furious.
You petty, petty woman. As if you'd ever offer a single penny to anyone. I've been sending you money for Elsa's school. I know you've always envied me, but I didn't think you'd stoop so low and take it out on my daughter.
And why would I envy you? I'm successful and have all the money in the world.
Yeah, but you're gonna rot alone in this mansion. Good luck.
Mom took my hand and we left. I was so glad to be out of that house.
Honey, our business is doing much better now. And we even found a house. I came to get you so that you could see it before we bought it.
I'm so happy things are better, Mom. But do you think we could move to Seattle? I finally feel like I fit in here. Mom looked really surprised.
Yeah, I think we can do that. But are you sure?
I thought about Kristoff and smiled. Yeah, I'm sure.
Hi, I'm Milo from Sweden. Please like and subscribe. When I was 4 years old, all I wanted was a huge family. Dad, why don't I have a mom? All my friends have moms, brothers, sisters.
How dare you say that to me? Am I not enough for you? Just go away.
My dad was always like this, angry and irritated. He never got along with anyone, and he got fired from every single job he took. We were so poor that he pushed me to school in the stolen shopping cart. No way we could afford a car. When I was in the 10th grade, Dad came home with a crazy surprise. A baby sister from one of his girlfriends. I was over the moon. He didn't even bother naming her, so I did it. I'll call you Annie. Isn't it a cute name, Dad? He didn't care. He was too worried about how we were going to have enough money to raise a baby. Since he couldn't hold the job, he had to borrow money from a local billionaire. Only problem, my dad took the money and ran. He just left me and Annie alone. The billionaire was furious when I told him we couldn't pay him back.
I gave him thousands of dollars. I'll have to call the police, and you two will be sent to foster homes.
No way that they'll separate me from my sister. Please don't call the police. I can pay you back. I can work for you.
You're only a stupid boy. What will you do?
I'll clean the pool, do the dishes, mow the lawn. You can slowly take your money out of my paychecks. Please, just give me a chance. It actually worked. The billionaire let me work for him in exchange for a small salary and a place to live in his pool house. This pool house was way bigger than any apartment I'd ever lived in, so I was thrilled. I went to school every morning with Annie strapped to my chest and worked at the mansion all evening. Everything was going well until one night when I was just about to sleep, someone started screaming outside.
Bubba, I'm scared. Bubba, I'm scared.
Stay here, sweetheart. I've got this. I ran out to see a strange, beautiful girl jumping into the pool.
Woohoo, cannonball!
Intruder, intruder, someone's breaking in.
Wow, you're cute. Want to jump in?
I take a broom and some special items to trap her.
What are you doing?
I'm keeping you here while I call the cops.
Stop it, I'm Zoe. This is my house.
Liar, I've never seen you here.
That's because I just moved back in with my dad, you idiot. I lived with my mom before, but get me out of here before I get you fired.
She crawled out of the pool angrily and showed me pictures of her phone with the billionaire.
Believe me now, pool boy?
My name's Milo.
I don't need to know your name if you don't work here anymore.
I'm sorry. I just never seen you before. Please, please don't tell your dad about this. I need this job. She got so close that I thought she was going to kiss me, but she said...
Anything.
Sure, what do you want? Apparently a lot. Zoe was wild. She partied a lot and stayed out late every day. I had to help her sneak back in each time. One time, she had a huge fight with her dad and ran away to spend the night with her mom. I had to lie in her bed and pretend to be her. So embarrassing. I did all of it for my sister, but as she got older, her needs started changing.
Bubba, when can I go to school like you? I want to play with the other kids.
That made my heart sink. I didn't have enough money to pay for school, but I wanted to give my sister the whole world. I decided to ask the billionaire for a loan, and he said he'd think about it. But little did I know that Zoe was going to wreck everything. It was a night like any other. She was sneaking back into the mansion at 3 a.m. and I was pushing her through the window when suddenly she fell. We fell onto a super expensive television. The screen shattered to pieces. Thankfully, Zoe wasn't hurt, but her dad was really mad.
Who did this?
Milo was cleaning and he slipped.
I could barely protest before the billionaire lost it.
You! Do you have any idea how much this costs? There's no way I'm giving you a loan now.
What? Wait, what loan?
Please, sir, that money is for my sister. She can't go to school without it.
No way! Figure it out yourself!
I was so mad. I just stormed out of there, locked myself in the pool house. Minutes later, it was a knock on the door. It was Zoe. What are you doing here? Won't you be satisfied till you ruined my whole life?
I didn't know about your sister or all these problems.
Why should I tell you you're just some rich girl who decided to make my life miserable? Please just leave me alone. I slammed the door shut and stormed back in. If she wanted to have me fired, so be it. I avoided her completely. I just went to school and did my work like I used to. I applied for a few extra jobs to do over the weekend. I had to send Annie to school. Somehow, it all changed when Zoe showed up at the pool house one night.
Please don't shut the door. I'm sorry I acted like such a jerk. I brought you something.
She handed me a whole stack of money.
It's my pocket money. Dad tries to buy my love with cash. That should be enough for your sister's school.
I was numb with shock. I can't keep this!
You better, pool boy. I saved up all month for you.
No, take it back.
You can't make me.
She just turned and ran.
Use the money. Thank me later.
This girl was crazy. With her help, I was able to afford a decent preschool for Annie. I didn't have to get a second job, so I had free time to study. I even tried out for the school swim team, and I was so shocked to see I was the fastest kid there. I got in right away. Things at home were the easiest they've ever been. Zoe didn't ask me to help her when she was sneaking in anymore. She even babysat Annie while I was busy. One time I came home to see Annie and Zoe wearing matching dresses. Zoe had shopped for her. I don't get it. Why are you being so nice to us?
I'm making up for being a jerk.
You don't need to spend so much money. You're already forgiven.
Hey, I like Annie. She's super cute and funny. I'm not just doing it for you.
Still, I have to give you something in return.
Okay, then go out on a date with me.
What?
You're sweet, caring, and kind of adorable. I like you. What do you think of me?
I was shocked. How could an heiress want to date someone like me? Before I could say a word, I heard a shout behind us.
What did you just say, Zoe?
It was her dad.
Did you just tell the pool boy you like him?
His name is Milo.
Who cares? You're not dating some poor beggar. Wait, is this why you've been asking me for extra pocket money? Have you been spending it on these two?
He turned purple with rage and marched into the pool house. He started throwing all my things around.
Where's all the cash? Where did you hide it? Give it back to me.
Stop it! I grabbed him and tried to pull him back and he shoved me away.
Your sister is wearing a new dress. Did you get Zoe to buy that for you? You pathetic thief!
He stormed towards my sister and I lost it. I tackled him and threw him into the pool. How dare you charge at my sister? I'm gonna kick your butt! Just then, Annie started crying loudly, and in an instant, all my anger suddenly melted away. I grabbed her and marched into my house to pack all my things. I couldn't live with this monster anymore. I'm quitting!
Don't you dare quit! You still owe me money. Then call the police.
I don't care, I'm leaving!
Yeah, clean your own pool.
Took Annie and got the heck out of there. I called up my swimming coach and explained my situation to him. Thankfully, he and his wife let us live with them for a while. I tried to focus on getting a new job, but I couldn't stop thinking about Zoe. I called her many times since that day, but she never picked up. I had no idea how much trouble she was in. Annie missed her all the time, too. I thought I'd never see her again until the date of a very important swimming match. All the schools were competing, and our biggest donors were coming to watch. I was so focused on the match that I didn't see all the missed calls on my phone from Annie's school. I swam my heart out and won first place. After the award ceremony, I checked my phone and nearly had a stroke. Annie was sick. Her school had gone crazy, calling me to take her home. I literally flew out of there and dashed off to her school, ready for the worst. But I found her playing games in the grass.
Bubba, look who I called.
Zoe was behind her, giving me the cheekiest grin. I couldn't believe it.
Don't worry, Annie's fine. She just ate some bad food.
I threw up on my teacher. Hee hee hee.
I gave Annie a tight hug and she gasped.
Bubba, you won gold.
That doesn't matter. How do you feel now?
I feel perfect because Bubba wins. Yay, I knew you're the best.
I turned around to thank Zoe but saw her leaving. I grabbed her arm and pulled her back. No way you're leaving just like that. We haven't spoken in months. What's going on with you? Zoe revealed how her dad had become super strict since the incident. He never let her go out anymore and she could only sneak away when he was busy at work. And he was setting her up with some rich boy to marry him. That's crazy, we're just kids!
He thinks I need to be kept under control. I wish I could leave, but he has full custody.
Then you should take him to court again. You need to stand up to him if you want to be with your mom. Fight for it! She knew I was right. She convinced her mom to call their lawyer, but she was scared of moving her stuff out of the house. I decided to help her and went to her mansion together. Her father had a total fit when he saw us. He tried to stop Zoe from packing, but I stood in between them like a wall.
Move, or I will punch you.
Why don't you try, old man? I'll knock you out right now.
I'm calling the police. I have full custody and Zoe cannot leave without my permission.
Fine, do it. Mom's already talking to her lawyer and she's going to fight for me and she will win after I tell the court everything you put me through. Just back off.
She pushed him away, and we all stormed out. Her father kept screaming behind us, but we didn't care. When I finally got her to her mom's house, and Zoe was literally jumping with joy. We could finally live our lives the way we wanted, and Zoe's dad tried to wreck that many times. He kept calling us for days till we had to block him. Then he filed a police complaint against me saying I robbed him and kidnapped Zoe. I was in jail for 2 whole days while the police investigated the matter. This was so crazy. They just believed his lies until Zoe showed up. She told the cops the whole truth. She wasn't kidnapped, he didn't steal, and her father was a lying jerk. They had no choice but to let me go. I wanted to make a graceful exit, but Annie turned to the billionaire and said,
She wants that!
I was screaming from happiness outside. Thank you so much, you saved my butt.
She was so cool, wasn't she, Bubba?
Coolest! Suddenly Zoe threw her arms around me. Into my shock, she kissed me right on the lips. I was so shocked.
That was so cute! Kiss again!
Shut up, Annie!
Kiss! Kiss! Kiss!
Sorry, I couldn't help it. I was so worried about you and I'm sorry about this whole mess and…
I leaned in and kissed her. It was a quick peck on the lips, but she turned red.
You kissed me.
I'll do it again. I pulled her to me and gave her another kiss. It was perfect.
I said bye to my parents in our tiny wooden house. Don't worry, I'll make a ton of money. We're gonna glow up big time. Don't worry, I'll make a ton of money. We're gonna glow up big time. I headed to New York full of dreams. I was gonna be on top of the world, wearing Chanel and Dior every day, living that 4 seasons princess life. Yeah, no, real life was like, sit down. I worked non-stop just to afford a sad little room. Surviving was already tough. Then my phone rang. I rushed to the window spot with a halfway decent view.
Hey, sweetheart, doing okay out there?
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Everything's great. I just got promoted. And a raise. I am almost rich enough to fix up our whole house.
Eat properly first. You look way too skinny.
I smiled until the call ended, bragging about a luxury room, a cool job, and a fat bank account. I didn't want them to worry. So yeah, I totally lied. I sprinted to work, a fancy spa at the mall, but the universe kept trolling me. Late bus, traffic jam, and I literally tripped. And of course, when I barely arrived, my boss, Vanessa, was waiting right there.
Astor, 10 minutes late, half pay today.
Don't be so hard on her. Vanessa Astor works really hard and always tries her best. She barely ever messes up.
Ethan was a regular at the store. He was this classy, successful, seriously wealthy gentleman. He was super close to Vanessa and kinda really cared about me too. But then bad luck just kept rolling in. Customers complained non-stop, and Vanessa gave me a few more minus points. There goes my paycheck for today. Completely toast.
One last thing, toilet's clogged. Make it perfect by tomorrow.
No, but one eyebrow from her, and I shut up. I grabbed the plunger and marched into war. 3, 2, 1.
Oh gosh, are you okay?
I squeezed my eyes shut, but I could still feel water splashing everywhere. Everything was a total disaster. And even though Ethan was super sweet and gentle, I was way too embarrassed for him to see me looking like a soggy potato. I quietly dragged myself out of the store late that night after cleaning up the entire mess alone. Worst workday of my life. My whole body felt like jelly and my eyelids were seconds away from suction cupping together. Huh? Was that a bed right in front of me? Was I dreaming? In the dream, Ethan and I were dating. He walked over with a bouquet in his hand, like a prince who just stepped out of a fairy tale.
For the love of my life, please marry me.
Oh, Ethan. Cheers. Everywhere. We leaned in closer and...
Hey, miss. Wake up. Wake up.
I snapped awake. Brain fried, huh? Where am I?
This is Lunaria. The mattress store we're closing.
Right then, I finally snapped back to reality. Turns out I had completely knocked out and slept like a rock inside the store. The romance, Ethan, all of it was just a dream. I dragged myself home in total shame, promising I would never set foot in that store again. I'd already hit my embarrassment quota for the year. But when the next day's shift ended, I still walked right back into Lunarian. Same employee, same boy, Lloyd. I lost my family photo. This is the only place left.
I'll check everything. Sit tight, okay.
I sat on the same dreamy bed, soft, warm, pure luxury. A girl like me could only dream of owning something like that. Suddenly, I woke up in a penthouse. I woke up in a luxury penthouse in the middle of New York City. At this point, I was one of the youngest billionaires in America. All thanks to years of grinding. My life was flawless. I had my beloved husband, Ethan. I even built a huge mansion back home for my parents, giving them the comfortable life they deserved. And then Lloyd woke me up. Still no sign of my photo. As I was leaving, the store manager rushed over. Apparently, a bunch of customers thought I looked super adorable while I was sleeping there. They said I gave off this calm, soothing, sweet vibe.
Wanna be our sleep model for 2 months?
But my job?
It's after hours only and the pay is amazing.
By day, I was a hard-working, over-caffeinated spa employee. And by night, I showed up at Lunaria and knocked out on that luxurious bed like a princess in hibernation. Whenever I passed out on that luxurious bed, I dreamed the sweetest dreams. First, just cozy dinners with my parents, then coworkers praising me, customers loving me. I was becoming braver, happier. I started showing up at Lunaria earlier and staying later. The blankets smelled like flowers from home. And Lloyd and I were also getting closer.
Did I wake you up from another good dream? You've been sleeping deep lately.
Yep, I dreamed about dancing with my crush, having a glow-up career, and making my parents proud. Sleeping here gives me the cutest dreams and keeps me motivated.
I'm happy for you, but don't worry. Push yourself too hard. You're already amazing.
And honestly, life started feeling better. For real, I learned makeup, talked with customers more, shared my ideas with Vanessa, and didn't panic whenever Ethan looked my way. I even saved a tiny bit of money.
What are you smiling about?
I just hit my first $10,000 savings and my crush confessed to me.
Congrats. But who's your crush?
It's Ethan. Don't you see him coming here every day? It's totally because of me.
Ethan, but that's it.
But Vanessa's voice suddenly cut our conversation short. She gathered the whole team together.
Aster will be promoted to manager for her achievements.
Everyone claps. I pinched my leg. Ouch, not a dream. Yes. Right then, Ethan walked over holding flowers. I dreamed of this a dozen times, but my heart still went boom, boom, boom.
Big day for the shop. Congrats.
My feet decided to move on their own like a tangled ball of yarn. Ethan caught just in time. It was exactly like every dream I'd had. He gave me flowers, we danced, he held me, and slowly we.
What the actual heck are you doing?
Everyone stared like I'd committed a crime. Ethan looked confused, shocked, zero love in his eyes. Ethan, Wait!
You're hitting on my boyfriend? Aster, you're fired.
I curled up on my bed, trying to fall asleep, but the mattress was way too stiff and the blanket smelled like damp. Sadness. After getting fired, I desperately looked for proof that Ethan and I were real, but all of it was just a delusion. Then my parents called. I tried to fake my confidence again. I have great news. I saved $10,000. We'll have a brand new house soon.
That's amazing. We're so proud. But don't overwork yourself. You look worn out.
Look at my passbook savings. I gotta go. Love you. Yeah, I did have a tiny savings account, but nowhere near $10,000. So that means I mixed up reality with my Lunaria dreams. I'd become totally dependent on my job at Lunaria. It was the only place I could sleep well, the only place I had beautiful dreams.
Today's your last day as our sleep model. Thanks for everything.
L, last day? W, wait, I still need this job. Please keep me.
We're changing directions here. No more sleep models for now.
Then I'll buy this bed. I can't sleep without it. But when Lloyd showed me the price, every bit of confidence I had was just poof. That number was huge. It would wipe out my whole savings account in one go. Heartbroken, I walked past Vanessa's store. Huh? Her and Ethan were holding hands, still totally in love. It had always been like that. I just refused to see it. Ethan saw me and looked away. They walked right past me, like strangers. I ran straight back to Lunaria, tears burning behind my eyes. I'm buying this bed.
Are you sure? It's really expensive.
I don't care. I want it. My life sucks in that bed. That bed was the only thing that made me feel okay.
You've tried so hard. Your parents would be so proud of you. And I found your photo. It was stuck under the bed.
That moment, I realized how badly I missed my parents. I decided it was time to pack my bags and go home. On the day I left, Lloyd walked me to the station.
I can't afford that fancy bed, but here's the essential oil we always use at Lunaria. I think this is what helped you sleep so well. I hope you'll always be happy.
Thank you for everything. After a whole year, I finally returned to my own home. It's tiny, old, a little rundown, but so familiar and full of love.
Oh honey, you've gotten so skinny.
I fell straight into my parents' arms and cried like I hadn't cried in forever. I told them everything, the stress, the heartbreaks, the nights pretending I was strong when I was falling apart inside. They held me tight, stroking my back like they did when I was a kid. Ready? Let's go! Woohoo! Yep, that was me, Meave, celebrating my 12th birthday and looking at me back then. You'd never guess that when I was 3, I'd been in a coma for 8 months. When I finally woke up, my mom cried like the world was ending. And my dad, he swore he'd never say no to me ever again, which basically meant I got breakfast in bed every morning, like an actual princess. But then, just a few days after my birthday, my little brother Jace was born, and just like that, all those privileges were gone.
The baby needs sleep.
The baby needs food.
The baby needs a diaper.
It was like the whole house switched to baby first mode, and when Jace turned 5, it got even worse. The kid followed me everywhere I walked. He followed, I sat, he climbed, I closed my door, and he banged on it like he's chasing bad guys or something. Oh my gosh, I just wanted some space. After complaining a million times, my parents finally gave in.
Maybe we should hire a babysitter.
Yes, finally! That's when our very own Mary Poppins showed up.
I'm Elise. I'm Cheternized.
Sorry, what? This is the babysitter? Honestly, my parents looked unsure too. I mean, who lets a 14-year-old watch a 5? But then Jay suddenly started screaming for no reason. Elise immediately crouched down in front of him.
Hey, little monkey. Do you know this song? It goes.
Jace crept up instantly. I swear it was actual magic. My little brother's pretty fussy too. My parents are always busy, so I'm kinda used to this.
Wow, you're really good with kids.
That's it? She's hired.
From that day on, every single day at 3:30 p.m., Elise rang the doorbell right when I got home, ready to flop on the couch, eat Cheetos, and binge Love Island.
You two go rest. I've got him.
My parents didn't hesitate. They disappeared upstairs like they'd escaped prison. 2 gentle pats later, Jace was asleep like a puppy. Elise cleaned so fast, I didn't even notice my hoodie had vanished from the floor. Then she cooked dinner, like real dinner. So good, my dad almost cried.
You're like the daughter I never had.
Hello. I was sitting right there. It's almost Jace's birthday, so I went to my room to grab the decorations, and Elise was already there, wearing my scarf my dad gave me, using my lipstick my mom bought for me. Excuse me, what are you doing in my room?
Oh, Maeve. I just wanted to know what it feels like to live like you.
Didn't your parents teach you not to touch other people's stuff? Elise stopped smiling. Her face stayed calm, but her voice turned cold.
No, Maeve. You of all people wouldn't understand. Not everyone gets your life, a room of their own, a complete Emily, nothing to worry about. I'm desperate for a life like yours, and I'll do anything to get it, even replace you.
The room felt empty, like all the air disappeared. I ran downstairs and told my parents everything, but before I could finish, Elise appeared behind me, looking completely broken. What the?
I'm sorry. My parents abandoned me. I don't have a home anymore. I don't have anyone.
Oh, no. You poor thing.
Maybe letting Elise stay with us for a while is okay.
Stay? stay where...
Your room's big enough, Maeve. Elise can share with you.
And before I could even argue, Elise had already taken half my room. From that day on, my life turned into a nightmare. One morning, she was using my Dyson hairdryer, the one I hid at the back of my drawer. That afternoon, she ate all my Cheetos, left the bag empty and stuffed, stuck a note on it.
I thought you didn't want these anymore.
And at night, I caught her reading my diary like it was Cosmopolitan magazine.
Ooh, does Jaden at school know your dream about him riding a unicorn to take you out for bubble tea every night?
I lost it and ran to my parents. But when they came back, Elise was already holding Jace, humming softly, looking like an angel. My parents looked at her, then at me.
Maeve, don't be so harsh. Elise is very considerate.
I was speechless. Using Jace as a shield? That crossed the line. No way. I had to win my brother back. That night, I secretly ordered Jace's favorite gift, Robodino 5000. But the next morning, when Jace opened it, the robot had lost its pair of horns.
I don't like it. I'm not playing with Maeve anymore.
Just then, Elise walked in holding a Robodino, the exact same one, brand new. Jace's face lit up instantly. Wait, that's the one I bought. She stole it from me.
No, that's not true. I bought it myself with my babysitting money. I just wanted Jace to be happy.
Maeve, why are you acting like this?
Stop picking fights for no reason.
What? Why did no one believe me? If that's how it was, I'd prove I could be thoughtful too. So I secretly took my parents' wedding rings and brought them to a jewelry shop to get them polished. Couldn't imagine how surprised they'd be when they saw them shiny and new again. When I was done, I put the rings back exactly where they belonged. Then I waited, excited. But when my parents opened the jewelry box, it was empty. No way.
Maeve.
I swear I didn't. Elise, it was her. As if it had been scripted, Elise appeared in the doorway.
I saw Maeve throw your rings out the window.
What?
I searched everywhere to find them because I knew they were important to you.
Shut up. Mom, Dad, you can't seriously believe her.
That's enough, Maeve. You can't keep blaming Elise every time you mess up.
Go to your room. You're grounded.
I stood there, completely frozen. Why was this happening? That night, I couldn't sleep. My chest felt tight, full of anger and injustice. Then I heard my parents talking downstairs.
I don't know her anymore. She's getting more and more rebellious.
I looked into some boarding schools, places for teens who were hard to manage. Maybe that kind of environment would suit Maeve right now.
Hard to manage? They talked about me like I was a burden. What if I wasn't their real daughter? That would explain how easily they could just send me away. The next morning, while my parents were at work, I quietly snuck into my dad's office and searched through every drawer. And then I found it. An old yellowed envelope stamped with the name Sunshine Orphanage. Inside were child transfer documents being signed by my parents. But what shocked me to my core was the date. It matched the exact time when I was in a coma at age 3. My parents had sent a different child of theirs to the orphanage, which meant I had another sibling I never knew about. My heart dropped. I ran straight to the address on the envelope. The nun there greeted me kindly, and when I showed her the papers...
Ah, yes. I remember that little girl. At the time, your parents were struggling financially. They couldn't afford to care for the child.
Financial struggles. Of course. Back then, they were spending everything to keep me alive. It was me. Because of me, that baby, my sister, was left behind.
Later, they did come back to take the child home, but she had already been adopted. After that, we left, lost contact.
I went home, feeling heavy and sick inside. I wanted to talk to my parents, but Elise stayed glued to them, laughing, making them smile like a perfect family. I'd just wait. Then the next day, my parents went out again, leaving Elise to watch Jace. I stayed in my room, trying to process everything, until Elise suddenly burst in, pale as a ghost.
Maeve, Jace is gone.
I ran downstairs. The front door was wide open. The yard was empty. We split up, searching the neighborhood, shouting his name until our voices were gone, asking everyone we passed. Then, in a quiet corner of the nearby park, I saw a small figure curled up under a tree. It was Jace. His face was burning red, sweat everywhere. He'd passed out from a fever. Been called Elise. Immediately, we rushed to the hospital. Hospital? Later, when Jace finally stabilized, my parents arrived. They didn't say a word to Elise, but the look in their eyes said everything. Equal parts worry and disappointment. I looked at Elise for the first time. She looked truly terrified, afraid my parents would abandon her too. And suddenly, the image of that baby left at the orphanage flashed in my mind. My chest tightened. Hey, they're not blaming you.
Don't. I don't need your pity.
That night, while my parents were handling Jace's discharge papers, I stepped into the hallway to get some air. And that's when I saw Elise talking to the nun from Sunshine Orphanage. She looked completely shaken. The second she saw me, she turned and ran.
Oh my vey, you're here.
Sister, do you know Elise?
I suppose there's no point in hiding it anymore. Listen, Elise is that little girl your parents sent to the orphanage back then.
Everything went silent. The nun's words echoed in my head, and suddenly everything made sense. Elise hadn't just stumbled into our family, she'd found us. The jealousy, the obsession with my life, the need to replace me, she was pouring all her pain of being abandoned onto me, because in her eyes, my parents chose me over her. I ran home after Elise, my heart pounding. The moment I opened the door, I heard crashing upstairs. I rushed up and froze. Elise was destroying everything in her room. Elise, stop, I know everything now. My words didn't reach her at all. Elise kept tearing everything apart until the room looked like a battlefield. Right then, the front door opened. My parents came back from the hospital carrying Jace. The second Elise heard their footsteps, all that rage vanished, replaced by a shaking, terrified look, like a kid being bullied.
I'm so scared, Maeve. Maeve totally snapped and destroyed all my things. She said it was my fault Jace got hurt, that she didn't want me here for even one more second.
My parents looked at me. Their eyes were heavy. Disappointment pointed in a way that made my chest cave in.
My Evie, did you do this?
Tell us, was it you?
Yes, I did. My mom covered her mouth. My dad just closed his eyes like he was letting out a long, tired breath. That silence hurt more than any scolding ever could. If you think I should go to boarding school, then I'll go. My parents froze. They had no idea I'd overheard their conversation, but I knew exactly what I was doing. If stepping away could make Elise feel safer, then I would do it. Maybe this was the only way to make up for what I'd unknowingly taken from her all those years ago. The next morning, before getting into the car for boarding school, I left a letter on the dining table. I told my parents that truth, everything Elise hadn't been brave enough to say. I admitted how selfish I'd been, how I took their love for granted, how I'd never really appreciated my family the way I should have. And at the end, I promised that when I came back, I'd be different, a real big sister, a daughter they could trust. Life at the boarding school moved slowly, each day cutting through me with a kind of sharp clarity. There were no privileges anymore, no arguments, no one else to blame. It was just me, face to face with the person I really was. When I finally finished the program, my parents and Jace came to pick me up. The moment they hugged me, it felt like home again. And then I saw Elise standing behind them. She hesitated, then stepped forward.
Maeve, I'm really sorry.
I didn't let her finish. I pulled her into a hug, holding her tight, her tears soaked into my shoulder. It's okay, I'm home now.